In the beginning, there was nothing. No light, no sound, no time, just an infinite void. And then a single command from God shattered the silence. Let there be light. From absolute nothingness, the universe erupted into existence. Galaxies, stars, and planets came to life with breathtaking precision. And on one tiny blue planet, Earth, something extraordinary was unfolding. In just 6 days, the foundations of life were laid. Oceans roared into place. The skies stretched into endless blue. Creatures of every kind emerged. And at the pinnacle of it all, humanity was born. Adam and Eve, the first of their kind, perfect, pure, dwelling in paradise, Eden, a garden where heaven touched earth. But within this paradise lay a test, a single tree, its fruit gleaming with temptation, a warning from God. You must not eat from it, or you will surely die. Yet a whisper slithered through the leaves, a serpent's voice weaving doubt and desire. Did God really say that? One bite, that's all it took. And in that instant, innocence was shattered. Shame clung to them like a second skin. They hid, trembling, as God's footsteps echoed through the garden. The consequence? Exile. The gates of Eden sealed, and for the first time, humanity felt the weight of toil, suffering, and mortality. But here's something you might not know. Even in this moment of judgment, there's a promise. God says to the serpent, I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel. It's the first hint of a Savior, a glimmer of hope in the midst of despair. Time passed. Generations were born. Sin spread like wildfire. Cain and Abel, the first brothers, a sacrifice, a rivalry, and the first murder. Blood cried out from the ground, and Cain wandered, cursed and alone. But humanity didn't stop there. No, they built cities, they forged civilizations, and yet their hearts grew darker. Corruption filled the earth until God could bear it no longer. A flood was coming. One man found favor, Noah. He built an ark, a massive vessel against the rising wrath. 40 days and 40 nights, rain poured as the world was washed clean. And when the waters receded, a promise was painted across the sky, a covenant sealed with a rainbow. Never again will I destroy the earth with a flood. But humanity is nothing if not ambitious. On the plains of Shinar, they dared to reach the heavens. The Tower of Babel rose, brick by defiant brick. But God saw their pride. A single act scattered them, languages twisted, unity shattered, and the tower crumbled. Nations were born, cultures spread, and history took its course. Then the story zooms in on one man, Abraham. A divine call, a promise of descendants as numerous as the stars. But there was a problem. His wife, Sarah, was barren, and yet, against all odds, laughter filled their tent as a son was born, Isaac, the promised child. But then came a test like no other, a mountaintop, a knife, a father's breaking heart. Sacrifice your son. Could he do it? Just as the blade hovered, a voice. Stop. A ram in the thicket, a substitute, a foreshadowing of another sacrifice yet to come. Isaac grew. He had 2 sons, Esau, the hunter, and Jacob, the schemer. One deal, one bowl of stew, and the birthright was stolen. But Jacob the trickster met his match, a night of wrestling with God, a struggle that left him limping but forever changed. A new name, Israel. Jacob's sons became 12 tribes, but one stood out, Joseph, a dreamer, a favorite son, betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, thrown into prison, forgotten, but then a rise to power, from prisoner to ruler of Egypt. And when famine struck, the very brothers who had betrayed him came begging, a test, a moment of revenge. Number, what you meant for evil, God meant for good. And so the book of Genesis ends. A family reunited, a promise preserved, and a nation poised for the next chapter in history. Please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're just scratching the surface, and there's so much more to explore together. Oh, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. What part of Genesis stood out to you the most? Drop a comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.